A Nashville couple are found shot to death in their car as it laid in a ditch. Authorities would trace the crime back to the heir of an Austin, Texas staple, who hired 3 others to help carry out the murder plot.
And how long was your relationship with her?
That night, and then another night I came back to Nashville.
So you were using her services as a prostitute, correct?
Yes.
On March 12th of 2020, police in Nashville discovered a car that had rolled down a hill and crashed into a tree at a construction site. It was there officials made a horrific discovery: the lifeless bodies of 36-year-old William Lanway, known to loved ones as Bill, and 33-year-old Holly Williams. Investigators would comb through evidence which would lead them thousands of miles and several states away to Austin, Texas. That evidence would be traced back to an Austin auto dealer executive named Erik Maund. More than a week prior to the discovery of Holly and Bill's bodies, on March 1st of 2020, Erik Maund received a text message that seemingly caught his attention. The message came from someone unknown to the executive, but it would turn his life upside down. The stranger told Maund they were aware of his time with an escort in Nashville a few weeks earlier. Officials say on February 3rd of that year, Maund, who was reportedly visiting his son at college in Nashville, messaged an escort by the name of Layla Love. According to the indictment, it wasn't the first time the married heir met Layla Love. Maund messaged the escort, "Hey darling," then went on to say, "I was thinking Wednesday night around 9:30 at the JW Marriott. 90 minutes would be great so we're not rushed. If all sounds good, let me know and I'll text you Wednesday when I get to Nashville. Erik." 2 days later, Maund met with Layla and made reservations with a different escort the following night before returning back to Austin. But weeks later, when Maund received that text message threatening to expose him, the blackmailer demanded for him to give him $25,000 or he would tell his wife about the affair. Officials would reveal the identities of Layla Love and the blackmailer. As they say, Layla Love was Holly Williams, and the blackmailer was Bill Lanway. But instead of Maund revealing to his wife the truth, he took a more sinister route. So he decided to enlist the services of 3 men who seemingly could help take care of Maund's issue. The 3 he recruited were a then 47-year-old Gilad Peled, a former fixer turned security company owner who previously conducted security for Charlie Sheen and even specialized in extortion. And Peled additionally got the help from former Marines Adam Carey and Brian Brockway. We cover a lot of crazy and disturbing cases here at Law and Crime, but what keeps us bringing you these stories is our wonderful sponsors. And I just want to highlight a super cool one right now, and that's Odoo. For people like myself who aspire to have a side hustle, Odoo can actually help with that. They're a free all-in-one business management software that provides a range of applications that can help you with the day-to-day of owning a business. So here at the Law and Crime office, we can also utilize the platform. It can help manage documents, marketing, inventory, subscriptions, and that's just scratching the surface. And guess what? You can try Odoo now for free without entering your credit card. So click our link, odoo.com/LCnews in the description and pinned comments, and try Odoo now for free. On March 5th of 2020, just a week prior to the discovery of Bill and Holly's bodies, Maund withdrew $15,000 from his bank. According to the indictment, on that same day, an intelligence report was prepared and provided to Peled by a relative of Brockway who worked for an internet-based security company. From there, the feds say a series of actions were undertaken by Carey and others, including traveling from out of state to Nashville to conduct surveillance on Holly and Bill. The group even created and used a texting app, Pinger, to attempt to communicate with Holly and Bill. Holly previously installed security camera footage inside and outside of her home, reportedly due to her work as an escort. Chilling footage obtained by Law and Crime from March 10th of 2020, just 2 days prior to the discovery of her body, showed Holly pacing in her home as she placed what appears to be a tool to prevent her front door from being opened under the front lock.
My apartment.
Then about 30 minutes later, a man in a black shirt and muscular build appears outside of her front door, asking Holly if she wants to chat.
Hey, Holly. Holly, if you're in there, it's all right. I'm not here causing problems. I'm not here for Will. Just got a couple questions to ask you. All right, it's about a client. Just answer a couple questions and then I'm gone. No worries. Oh, yeah, movement. And just so you know, we just want to talk to you alone, right? Want to make sure Will wasn't around when we do. But this is for your safety.
Around that same time the man appeared at Holly's door, Holly was inside her home, but didn't respond and silently waited for him to leave. A day after Holly's security cameras captured the man at her door, Paulette deposited $8,000 in cash to his Spear Tip security business account and $7,000 in cash into his personal bank account. On the day of the murder, Erik Maund transferred $150,000 via wire from his bank account to a bank account controlled by Paulette. Security footage from that night from outside of Holly's apartment shows her and Bill leaving their home. Then Bill turns around and heads back into the home before leaving again. But within a minute, startling screams could be heard from the security footage. But what you didn't see from that footage was Brockway and Carrie, while armed with firearms, confronting Holly and Bill in the parking lot. It was there Bill was shot multiple times. Shortly after, Holly's security camera was repositioned by one of the killers. Brockway and Carrie then kidnapped Holly and drove her and Bill's lifeless body to the construction site in Nashville, where Holly met the same fate. According to authorities, their bodies were discarded at the construction site, and within hours of the double murders, the Pinger account used for communication was deleted and a rental car rented by Brockway was returned. Officials say Carrie then drove Brockway to Memphis and Brockway caught a flight back to Austin. Meanwhile, Carrie drove back to the Lone Star State. Officials say between March 11th of 2020 through 2021, Maund transferred hundreds of thousands of dollars via wire from his bank account to the account controlled by Paulette as payment for Paulette, Brockway, and Carrie for the kidnapping and murder of Holly and Bill. Then in December of 2021, more than a year after the horrific murders, FBI agents and Metro Nashville police detectives orchestrated the arrest of all four men across several states. Gilad Paulette was arrested in an Austin airport. Brian Brockway was arrested in San Diego, California. Adam Carey was arrested at his home in North Carolina. And Erik Maund was arrested after a traffic stop in Austin. FBI agents used recorded phone calls between Maund and Paulette that would lead to the quartet's arrests.
Oh, what are you up to?
Yep, what's up?
Man, we have a problem.
You there?
Yeah, are you by yourself? Erik,
What's that?
are you by yourself? Hello?
Now,
Can you hear me?
hold on. I can't, hold on. Yeah, hold on just a second. Give me a minute. I'm driving down 35. So hold on. I'm going to pull off and get out. What's wrong? Nothing. I just got to talk privately. You there?
Yeah, can you hear me?
What's up? Yeah,
I can't hear you with all the cars.
I'm here.
Can you, okay.
You ready? I'm here.
Yeah. Are you by yourself?
What's up? Yeah.
Okay. We have a problem with one
What's
of I'm on signal, so we got to talk because I got to take care of this. We got a problem with one of the shooters in Nashville. I don't know how, but he found out that that's the other guy. That's not Brian, so he never knew of you. But he found out that you were the client that paid for this, for the job.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess he's hurting for money, and now he wants to get paid. So, I mean, he wants like $25,000. These are professional guys. I don't know how this thing is coming back. Usually, those guys don't do stuff like that. They have a code of honor. When they get a job, they get a job, I guess. But
yeah, but if I give 25, when's it gonna stop?
I know. But I mean, what do you want to do?
I'll pay the guy $25,000, but I think it needs to go away after that.
So we need to take care of him?
Well, I mean, don't you think he's not gonna stop?
I don't know. It's not like that guy that extort you initially. That was a criminal. Yeah. And this guy is he's not threatening your family. I know you wanted to get this thing taken care of initially because he was threatening your family. This guy is just a soldier that I guess needs money. I don't think he's gonna come back.
Look, if you tell me he's not gonna come back, I'll get the money put together. I don't care about that. He did a solid for me, and I appreciate him for that. But I just want to make sure it's in 6 months down the road he's not going to pop back up.
Okay. Let me talk to him. I'll try to prevent that. Hopefully, I'll talk to Brian. Maybe he can talk to him and get this gone completely, where you don't have to pay the 25. But worst case scenario,
like I said, the 25 is not a big deal.
Right.
I don't care about that. I don't give a shit about that.
Right.
But I just don't want, in 3 or 4 months to get the same call again.
I understand. I didn't.
Because at that point, we got to take care of something that, and like you said, he's,
Okay.
At that point, that could backfire and then completely blow back on us.
Yeah. Hold on. Let me text Brian. Erik.
Yep.
So Brian will try to take care of this. But if this thing turning into a problem, do you want him to take care of this? Like what?
Give me a number.
100?
Yeah. Honestly, I think I'd rather take care of it permanently than do the 25.
Got it. Okay. Well, I'll have Brian try to reason with him. I mean, my stand on these things.
Yeah.
I don't want to get involved with this stuff, but.
And then I'll just run 150 through Spear Tip, like we did last time. Because it would take a long time for me to put up $100,000 cash. I can get it probably, but it just might take me a little bit of time.
Okay.
Without, you know what I'm saying?
Got it. All right, let me talk to Brian, see what we can do.
All right, I'm traveling back from South Texas, so if you got to call me, I'll have to pull over, which is what I just did. That's why you heard all those cars.
Got it. All right, I'll check it. So what? You heading back home?
Yeah.
Got it. All right.
Back in Austin in a couple hours.
Got it. Okay, thanks.
All right,
bye.
All right.
During Maund's interview with the FBI, the handcuffed auto executive appeared calm, cool, and collected, and acted as if he didn't know why the FBI was questioning him, despite the horrific scheme he orchestrated.
My name's Jim. I'm with the FBI, obviously. Here's Brett. We don't like interviewing people with handcuffs on. Are you good with us taking it off?
Yes.
Okay, you're not going to be a problem or anything?
No, I promise I won't.
Heard you were you out hunting or something? Or?
Yes, sir. Perfect.
Did you get any?
Yes, sir, we got some quail and pheasant and chukar.
I hear the hunting's pretty good in Texas.
It is.
Obviously, we're not from around Texas, but it seems like a great state.
Yep.
Any advice or rights?
I got it. Brett Shields
Erik Maund.
with the FBI.
Actually, you know,
Said,
I am.
I'll show you the same. Eric, before we start, especially, oh, I do got a pen in here. I'm going to read you your rights, just something we always do, and the whole purpose, one, we're going to read you your rights, okay? Then we're going to play you some stuff, talk to you about stuff that we already know. So listen to us. You might learn a lot more from us before we even get into asking you questions, okay? You understand? So let me start off. I'm going to give you the pen. When I do this, I read you each line. I ask you to go ahead and initial beside each line as we go down, and it just says that you understand it, and we go from there, okay? Before we ask you your questions, you must understand your rights. You have the right to remain silent. If you understand that, go ahead and initial there. Anything you say can be used against you in court. You have the right to talk to a lawyer for advice before we ask you any questions. You have the right to have a lawyer with you during questioning. If you cannot afford a lawyer, one will be appointed before any question if you wish. And most importantly, if you decide to answer questions now without a lawyer present, you can stop answering at any time. So like I was saying, this is to your benefit. We're gonna play you some different things. We're gonna tell you some of the facts that we already know about this case, okay? And then we're gonna ask you questions. Anytime you can stop it, okay? Right there. And just sign right there, acknowledge. Appreciate it. Now Dave is our case agent, so he knows the most about this case, so he's going to represent you with some of the facts that we do know. First of all, do you have any suspicion or any you think? Pardon?
I have no clue.
Okay.
All right, let me,
Well, would it help you if we told you that we were from Nashville, Tennessee?
My son goes to school there.
Okay.
all right, so,
I've been there, yes.
yeah, so again, we'll, why don't you take this time and learn from us what we have? And then we can start talking, okay? If that's what you want. Okay, because I think you have a story to tell. And I think it's a complicated one. I don't think, I personally see things in shades of gray, not black and white, you know? I'm not the kind of guy who's like, hey, anybody who's, you know, shoots someone and kills them is evil or anything like that. I know that things go on in your life that aren't ideal, and then sometimes you're scrambling hard to figure out how to deal with it, and then things turn out even worse, and then they turn out worse, and then next thing you know, you're backed into a corner and nothing you can do. So, having said that, this is why we're here, obviously. And I don't want you to talk because honestly, I want to give you the benefit of the doubt. This is the way things work. For you to be helpful to us and also to help yourself out, the more truthful you can be, the better. And this is the reason why. Because as you're being truthful to us, it tells us that A, you're sorry for your actions. B, you have more credibility. So the more you lie to us, A, that's a federal violation, lying to a federal agent. So boom, on top of all these other charges, you got that. But secondly, the more you lie to us, the more your credibility goes down, and then you can't help yourself out. You can't, Because right now, the only way you can help yourself out is to increase your credibility and be like, yes, I did it, but I really realized it was a mistake. I would never do it again, and I completely, okay, basically.
Then the agents played audio for Maund from outside of Holly's apartment on the night of the murder, before revealing more about what Holly suffered through in her final moments.
So, we're going to get into this. This is obviously an investigation that you're aware of. It happened in Nashville, okay? I'm not going to be able to really explain what happened other than I'm going to play you some audio. Because you understand, like, when the murder happened, Holly had...
I don't even think, we haven't even explained that part to him. That this is a homicide investigation.
Oh, he knows. He knows. No, don't worry about that. So, I'm gonna play this audio. Okay. I want you to understand what we're talking about here. And what you're gonna hear is this is outside Holly's apartment. Okay. This is how it went down. Those are all the time she's getting shot and he's getting shot. This is someone I think you cared about. I know you cared about her because, you tried to do the right thing at first, right, with Lanway. And it got out of control with Lanway. Lanway's the guy.
Oh.
You tried to do the right thing, and I think it kind of got out of control. So what I'm talking about, this is a picture, and I'm not going to get into all the graphic stuff too much, although that's what a homicide sounds like, and this is what a homicide looks like. And this is what ended their misery, okay? But if you see and hear what happened, she suffered for a long time before this happened, okay? You see all the bruising and such around her face? She had a long day. I mean, that was the longest hour and a half of her life, literally. So this is MNPD, the Metro Nashville started investigating this case. And then we stepped in because, they were having trouble figuring out who the people were. We were able to figure out who all of them were. And I don't even know if you want to hear all the evidence, but
let's kind of cut to the chase with this.
Yeah.
Okay? I'm sorry. Do you tell me you know who this girl is?
I met her at a bar in Nashville
Okay. And how long was your relationship with her?
that night, and another night I came back from Nashville.
So you were using her services as a prostitute, correct?
Yes.
Okay. And now this guy right here, Lanway, right?
Never met him.
Never met him, but he found out that you screwed his girl without a condom, and he
No,
started.
I never have it.
Well, that's what he believed. Just again, listen.
Well, hold on, I believe you though. Go ahead.
Okay. Either way, he starts trying to extort you, correct?
He sent me some text messages, but he never demanded any money.
Yes, he did. So let's not start.
I don't remember him demanding money.
Okay.
More than 2 years later, Erik Maund, Brian Brockway, and Adam Carey were convicted of murder for hire with death after a 2.5-week federal trial. Brockway and Carey were also convicted of conspiracy to commit kidnapping and kidnapping with death. As for Gilad Peled, who prosecutors say acted as the middleman, pleaded guilty to the same charges and agreed to cooperate with the government by testifying at trial. According to prosecutors, Maund hired Peled to respond to the extortion attempt. Peled in turn hired Brockway and Carey to go to Nashville to investigate Holly and Bill. He testified in trial that when Bill's efforts to blackmail Maund continued, the former auto heir agreed to pay Brockway and Carey $100,000 each to murder Holly and Bill. Prosecutors say their evidence showed Maund wired Peled $150,000 on the day of the murder, and over the course of the next year, Maund wired Peled an additional $900,000 as payment for the scheme. And Peled withdrew cash to pay Brockway and Carey for their roles. Maund, Brockway, and Carey all face a mandatory life sentence in federal prison. Meanwhile, a federal judge will reportedly take Peled's cooperation into consideration as a part of his ultimate sentence. I did reach out to the U.S. Attorney's Office. They tell me as of now, no sentencing dates have been set for Maund, Brockway, Carey, and Peled. They say the court still has to rule on post-trial motions ahead of setting the sentencing dates. Reporting for Law and Crime, I'm Elizabeth Millner.